Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another great video by Falto. Today we'll be taking a look at Xenoblade Genesis. Let's go, baby. That's right. We're dropping Chronicles now. We're adding Genesis to the name title. Now, this video is a ongoing two-parter that we're doing because they announced the Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 DE for the Switch 2, or not DE, but the Switch 2 editions for the Switch 2, and also Xenoblade 4, or Genesis as a proper name is, on the same direct, which was quite fucking insane because we did not expect this to happen right now. I thought this would happen next year for the.
Xenoblade Saga 4.
Yeah, I thought they would
I mean,
have.
it is happening next year, but
Well, I mean to say the announcement. Sorry, I should. Yeah, I meant the announcement because we're getting Ocarina of Time remake this year, and also the Star Fox remake. So I assume they would have not
yeah.
announced a big game right away. Is my point. That's all. And they do announce Xenoblade like close to launch, anyways. So anyway, but yeah, this time they're not doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this
I mean,
time,
it could be a middle of next year release,
fair,
but
fair. But yeah, so this time, we same it's the same guest from the other video. It's Tyrea and Elementary. And if you haven't seen that video, you can click over here and and you can watch it. But yeah, anyways, without any further ado, we will get started on the quick analysis of Genesis. And I say quick, but you, the audience, will know how long this video actually is because I have no idea right now. Hopefully, we'll be quick.
Mm.
Wait, this guy might be rated M because it said rating pending. Who knows?
Yo.
Yeah, anima. Okay, right away, what the fuck anima means? I think we had like a definition, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Right away.
that is a very funny question to ask among two people who have played the entire series, but
There are effectively three definitions for anima that are relevant to the Xeno games. The Xenogears had its own version of it. Xenosaga had its own version of it. But the actual original definition is probably the one that Xenoblade is going to be using, because Xenoblade likes to take ideas that Xenogears and Xenosaga uses and fuse them together to make its own thing. And in this case, they don't really need to do too much work with fusing it, because Xenogears and Xenosaga's things, even though they're complete opposites of each other, are actually two sides of the same original definition, which goes back to Carl Jung. Anima is one of two parts of it's two. There are two parts to it. There's the anima and the animus. And what they the in Gears, anima represents the male half, and animus, I think, is the female half. And then in Saga, it's the other way around. In actual like Carl Jung's psychology, it's basically the same idea as yin and yang, where it's the idea of the feminine aspect within the male base, or the physical male, like the feminine the feminine mental aspects within the male how do I phrase this, the male person, and animus is effectively the inverse of that. They don't ever allude to animus being here. That may come up at some other point. It probably will. But so far in this trailer, they only focus on anima, and that's probably because it's going to be the thing that's the main focus of this story so far.
Thank you for the definition, Elementary. What I also think what it could, in this game, it could be where, how in the, like we had ether, right, in the other games. I think maybe anima could be ether, like the new ether from this game, because according to like
They
yeah, go on.
Yeah, they mention it later, but it is seemingly in the physical sense of what they're calling anima. It is very much an ether thing. I think when it comes to this, while there is like an ether like substance in this world that is what we're calling anima here, there is more to this. Like I think the name choice here is very interesting, and I think especially with a lot of the other elements in the story, while I don't think anima is going the original terminology of anima is going to be relevant to the ether substance here at all, or that relevant towards it directly. I think it is a very interesting choice because of a lot of the other things that they have going on with the story that very much allude to it having a much greater significance thematically and to what the overall like mystery and plot of this game is probably going to be, as well as how it probably connects back to the other games.
Okay, alrighty, yeah. Was the source of all things, yeah. Okay. Also, one thing I want to say is, what the hell is happening? Is this in the sky? Like, this is
Uh,
land,
It looks like
right?
it's a hollow Earth.
Yeah,
this is
No,
like a
this is a
hollow Earth.
hollow Earth
the
type thing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
yeah
like
Oh,
it,
okay. Yeah,
we
go
can
on.
see the world kind of like going up around itself.
Oh, so
Yeah.
wait.
The
Yeah,
blue sky is water. Like that's
yeah.
just an ocean up there.
Oh, so basically we're inside the so if we have a planet, right? It's like we're
It-
inside the planet
it-
basically. The planet is
Yeah.
like, okay, it's like
yes.
it's a hollow sphere.
all the
Okay.
laws of physics are completely inverted inside
That
of here.
is really awesome, bro. That
Yeah,
is
this is also put
Go
a
on.
pin in this because it's also one of the
We've
first of
we've seen
many
like
things
2
that-
minutes and I already like this world more than Ionios.
Yes.
if I may talk here, this is I'm just gonna call it when you to put pins in certain ideas and topics
Sure.
as we go onwards.
Sure.
The us being inside of the world as an idea is one of the many things I'm gonna have. I would recommend you guys putting a pin in because it's gonna come up more in like relation to what I was talking about with the anima stuff.
Sure.
There's a boat. Is that a reference to the last story for the Nintendo Wii?
No way.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, the idea of the anima, right? Specifically the anima is a male let's say a male person individual
Okay.
with feminine aspects within them, right? Um
Me.
Okay.
later on, I'm gonna have you put a pin in the fact that the protagonist of this game is a female.
Yes.
And I'm gonna explain all this after I get all the pins going first. I think actually I'm gonna come back to all these points
Okay.
with all that.
It's fine. It's all good. So if you remember, many years ago, Monolith Soft, they had this concept art where they had a dragon and a knight, female knight. So some sort of medieval fantasy setting. Now this
Yeah, she's
game,
pulling like
yeah, go on.
it looks like it looks like an S stock, I think.
Okay.
Out of her. The advantage of playing so much Dark Souls lately. Uh, which I think that's gonna be kind of relevant to some stuff we'll see later on.
Yeah, no, but I just wanted to say that I think they're finally making their game. Where I think this was not going to be Xenoblade, but then Nintendo's like, no, make Xenoblade. So they're kind of merge them as, I guess, like, they're make
I
both.
don't entirely
No.
think this is directly Nintendo. There with some of the stuff I want to talk about later
Okay,
with
sure.
some certain points and how it connects. There is a very specific thing that Takahashi actually talked about after the end of Xenoblade 3 that I want to bring back up because I
Sure.
think it's relevant here.
Okay.
And I think it that plot got repurposed because of that thing from the post Xenoblade 3 stuff.
Okay. All right. It's all good then. I'll keep playing.
大地を流れるアニマが形を変えたものだった。
Also, that scene looked it looked like homage to like the fire scene from Xenoblade 2, where like, or the fire pit scene where like Rex and Pyra are sitting in chapter 2, and they're like, just talking. Yeah.
して戦いを決する
But yeah, there's war going on, and yes. Should I pause here or should I keep playing for this part?
Put a pin on this stuff here.
Sure.
Pin on this girl, and then more importantly, pin on the person that she's throwing it at, and
Yes, sure.
the on what she does.
Okay. Yeah.
Fireballs, yum.
Look, it's Tyrea
Alright.
2.
Tyrea 2. Or is it Tyrea 3?
I really think she's dual wielding rapiers, which suddenly makes me go, well, fuck. Now I'm gonna main her whenever this game drops.
Uh-huh. You know who else uses dual swords? My custom Tyrea on Xenoblade X.
No, specifically dual thrusting swords. I gotta main that shit.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know that this is a funny thing to say. Well, it's like, yes, we are analyzing a Xenoblade trailer here, but why does this particular frame look so like Monolith Soft? Like every other part of the trailer, I'm just like, dang, this game looks weird.
I mean, when okay,
But
on
like
this topic, which is
this
not what I was
particular frame just looks like if I didn't know Xenoblade Free like the back of my head, I would totally like you could totally convince me that this is like a Xenoblade Free screenshot.
She's using her power. She has a purple glow on her. That's gonna be something that I bring up a lot in this. The purple glow stuff. Her outfit is normally blue. We'll see them wearing these outfits more later without the glow. They only ever glow purple whenever they're using their abilities. I think that is a very important thing to take note of. And then you'll see her throwing this big ball of fucking flame at someone else, and rather than the purple glow, I think it's more important to take note of the stance that she is using. And I will bring that back up later for several reasons.
Okay. It's like just setting up, some.
We have some good
Yeah.
analysis going
Yeah,
on
this is
here.
very good. Yeah,
Just
this is.
remember everything for later.
Yes, I'll say though. I
At the
want.
end of this video, everything's gonna make sense.
Yes, hopefully. What I want to say real quick is I really like this character's design in a sense that she kind of connects. I mean, as you can see, this is my current, or she's my current PFP. Well, not in this exact pose, but yeah. But she is my PFP. But
I do really like this character's design.
Yeah.
Like,
what I was gonna say is I initially when I saw the trailer, like first I thought, wait, is this logos? Because I remember Takahashi said, "Oh, hey, be a lookout for logos in a future upcoming game," and we're like, "What the fuck does that mean from the art book?" But
I mean,
so
we'll be bringing
yeah,
that back up in a bit.
yeah.
I'll bring up that whole thing you talked about with in a bit.
Okay, yeah, it's all good.
if this is logos, then I didn't think it would be possible to make logos sexier, but you know.
No. What I'm saying is I don't know if it is because the fireball is not purple. That's what I was going to lead to.
I don't think she's logos.
Yeah.
I don't think she's logos at all.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say that initially I thought it was, but it's not because I don't like the fireball. That's what I'm saying. Because he would have done a black fireball or purple, not a red one. That's my 2 cents on that.
この力を自在に振るう騎士だ
And this is the protagonist
This right here,
Kun.
yeah,
Protagonist Kun.
drawing a sword and all that.
Yep. Should I go back or this is fine?
No, that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. I just wanted to point out that she was drawing a sword there.
We can also point out that the characters have pointy ears, but I
Yes.
don't know if Elementary was going to point that out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I was thinking about it because that has some very interesting implications for
Elves.
stuff, and it's something Andrew actually pointed it out to me, and I'm actually shocked I didn't catch it. But since I don't think you guys are anywhere near as fucking autistic about Xenoblade X lore as me or Andrew, I wasn't gonna bring it up much.
No, I'm bringing it up because of the Xenoblade X thing.
Okay, yeah. So
I mean, my first thought was High Antia, but I mean also Xenoblade X. So
my first thought was honestly just like, oh, it's probably gonna be a new race because it's like, oh yeah, this is totally not gonna be connected to X much at all. And I actually like was kind of like anticipating, oh, there's probably not gonna be much X connections here, and I'm kind of okay with that. I'm like, I'm actually pretty fine with this. This looks really good. I like this a lot. And then Andrew pointed out to me, hey, they have the pointy ears thing, and I'm like, yeah, what about? And then he points like puts like one screenshot and sends it to me, and I'm like, what the. And I lose my shit because I remember that like, oh yeah, the Samarians, probably the most important race in Xenoblade X's lore, and potentially even the original Xenoblade games lore. Have those same pointy ears, and I was like, wait, hold up.
Oh right, yeah.
I'm not expecting it because I can't hold my breath expecting Samarian lore in a different game.
Yeah, like I
would lose my mind if these are the Samarians because Falto, I don't know how much of the Samarian lore you remember from X because they're mentioned like 3 times.
I don't remember like the lore per se.
Void, the final boss of the new chapter in Xenoblade X was Samarian. We
Um,
barely knew what the Samarians were from side quests in the original X, and they're basically like the original ones, as far as we know, who discovered a conduit.
yeah.
So,
Oh,
They
okay.
also have origin for some
yeah, so
fucking reason, which is like the weirdest thing ever.
yeah,
And they have origin. They had the conduit for some time. They made they
Wait. When you say origin, you mean the one in 3?
the Xenoblade 3 origin. Yeah,
What?
it's in X.
What?
They had it.
Okay.
I mean, it was in Xenoblade X's code before it was even a thing in 3. Um, but it never like ever saw the light of day until like they actually used like it for story stuff with the Samari, and then it's like, oh yeah, they just have they have origin. They're the predecessors to like everything in X. Literally every race you find in X is somehow like related to the Samarians in some capacity. And they they had the conduit, but their conduit was like weird because it was like black and purple. And uh Void in the concept art is actually L, but he's actually Z, and they're all three technically the same character in their original concept art, but we have no idea how much that actually translates over. There's a lot of really crazy shit with the Samarians. It's like the entire appeal of like X's lore or story, realistically, because it's just the lore around the Samarians is so fascinating. It's like, what are these guys? What is going on?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I did not even know about the Samarian thing with you until right now. So I what the fuck? I guess you learn
yeah.
something new every day.
it shows a good job of like this shows how good Xenoblade X's writing is.
Oh god.
Yeah, it really does.
Bro.
Like the meat and
Like you
potatoes
need
of
to be
X's
operating
story
on
is-
like you need to be several layers deep into the autism to understand Xenoblade X's story.
So elementary, when you said like the whole like the I guess can I call it like the trans thing where like it's like a woman's spirit like in a male body, right? So you think something's going
Woo!
on with the protagonist here, or
Yeah.
okay? So
Yeah.
if you want to talk
This
on
is
that
like the
now or
main thing
later,
I'm now that we've actually seen the protagonist here and they've actually like introduced her, I think it should be fine to start bringing this up now.
sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Hayen was asking me about like what my thoughts on Genesis were, and I literally just responded, Malice Transarch. So another thing of lore that I'm gonna have to bring up here to explain my current theory on this, is memory space from Xenoblade 1. I'm well, technically from the original Cloud Saga in general. We have lore confirming that memory space is a thing that all three of the Trinity cores could access. But technically, it like they all have a personalized memory space. It like basically a sort of virtual pocket dimension of their own. But it's also potentially like a very real. It can be like a very real universe. It's just a lower plane of existence, and that's kind of what Xenoblade 1 is. Um, Xenoblade 1 is technically a memory space domain that's created within Ontos, but then there's also like another pocket space dimension of it, which is the memory space area where you fight the final boss Zanza in, which is like a separate one. But they're both technically memory space. It's just one is just memory space without any kind of like alternative identity, and the other one is just a memory space that is in the form of the world of the Bionis and Mechonis. Hence why it's an endless sea. And why you're able to have essentially a world that has no conventional rule or laws of physics to it. But it's also this world is also Albus. Like Albus is literally this memory space. It is essentially his soul turned into a universe based upon who he is as an identity. And this is why he has to try and deal with Zanza, and also why he has to be really careful and meticulous about it, so never taking a direct action. Because it could just fuck up everything. Because it's like doing surgery on yourself. You're trying to remove a tumor, which is also technically your dad in Albus's case. But you have to use your own hands because no one else is there, and you have to be very delicate because one misstep and you could just cut up in your heart and kill yourself. And that's basically what Albus is doing throughout the plot of Xenoblade 1. And so going over that, Numa and Logos realistically also should have one. And we actually see a bit of a glimpse of them using memory space in Xenoblade 2, because the whole Elysium we see in Xenoblade 2, where they do have like one scene where they do interact with each other in it, that's one example of memory space. That is memory space. That's confirmed to be the case. But it is also like they can interact and cross over between each other and their own worlds. They can bridge their memory spaces, or they can have them isolated and independent of each other. But this is actually the power that all three Trinity cores have. It's implied that Albus has like the best control of the original three over memory space, but that authority is very much shifted around over the time. And going into this, the Hollow Earth thing, that defies a lot of physics. Again, something memory space could justify. But more importantly, the idea then that memory space can be like a manifestation of a Trinity Core's soul, and then the idea of the whole anima thing, and that and anima specifically representing the male exterior, would imply then that if the exterior is supposed to be male, that could be said as the male persona is the world itself, which is Malos. Malos is the male persona of the Trinity cores. If you remember Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed, Ontos is gender neutral, Numa is female, and Malos is the male one, right? But then the female protagonist here is realistically is functionally the only character who resembles Numa, who has more of a resemblance to Numa. She has the green emerald eyes here, compared to every other character who has certain they will all have purple pieces of like aesthetic on them. She is the only one who has like green and no purple. They all have like Tyrea too. She has purple hair tips. And if you look at a lot of the other characters in this, they have purple eyes, whereas she has the green ones. Everyone in this seems to have like something very different overall going for them, aesthetically. And there's going to be a lot more I'll bring up with stuff connecting to Malos as an idea here. But the core of my theory is that she is effectively the represents Malos's female spirit, which would of course then explain why she's meant to resemble Numa, because she is essentially the Numa that is within Malos, which also in theory means that there is effectively a Malos within Numa.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I get the gist of what you're saying, but yeah, it definitely is a little bit hard to grasp right away. But yeah, this is some stuff that I would never come up with on my own.
There's going to be some more stuff that I think really directly like leaned into this as well. Like when I start getting into more of the physical evidence, like I brought up just keep note of like anything that's like purple in this trailer.
Okay, yes, we will keep a note. Yeah, Lucos. Yeah, this is the academy. Yeah. Oh yes. I should. Yes. Give me a second. Okay. Yes.
Right there. Yeah.
This is the third sword from Xenoblade 2.
Yeah, and going back to what I was saying about purple, this I think they said it was a Crystone or a Christ. Yeah. I think it said Crystone.
Yeah, we could check right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crystone. Yeah, Crystone.
Yeah, the Crystone is purple. Another thing about the Crystone here, I didn't catch this. Andrew did. No idea how relevant this is again, because this is a recurring thing that every game since Xenoblade X has had. This is another collectible in Xenoblade X, with a different name in that game, and it probably spoils some stuff about about this game, because the last line is something that completely contradicts what we think about it in this game, but also very much lines up with it potentially being Malos coded. Where is it? Let me find the image he sent me. Here we go. Different name, very much the same kind of lore.
Yeah, I'm just freaking out over that. This is Numa's core here, or not core. Sorry, like her weapon outline or whatever you want to say.
Yeah,
which is like
sword.
What the heck? Yeah.
Yeah, that can once again lean back to Malos though, again, because each of the Trinity cores should in theory have their own true Monado. And Numa's is the only one we've seen so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So this orb, an orb that emits rather sinister glow. It possesses a vast amount of energy, but is harmful to humans. Okay. Well, okay, yeah. So you think, or yeah, the theory is that this might be literally that orb. That's actually quite. That's quite. And oh, it says core even. Yeah, so that would make sense. That's quite
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, I don't know if it's the same thing, but I think like I think that it's a case of at the very least, I think they're reusing the lore because I think there's some evidence alluding to this potentially having like um sort of a poison radiation type effect on people. We actually kind of mentioned before, but they all have like purple aesthetics, and I think
Yes.
that's a result of them having a poison radiation thing and not knowing it. Um,
Right. Yeah.
そのものの行動や思いも刻みます。これからのあなたの学院生活
Yeah, I'll say there's like a school thing. This does kind of give me Fire Emblem vibes, and even I'm gonna be honest, even if like if you didn't tell me this is Xenoblade, I would assume it's Fire Emblem. Not, I'm just gonna say flat out like even the art style is
yeah,
Fire
I mean,
Emblem
I've seen so many
coded.
people like latch onto that. Like the only reason I I leaned into it for a bit and I was like, you know what? Admittedly, this genre has like kind of it's not something that comes up a lot in video games. But this is rather than being Fire Emblem Three Houses as much as people say it was. This is just kind of like the nature of like a very specific like subgenre of high fantasy. Which
Yeah.
I have seen a lot of back in like the early 2010s. I pretty much stopped seeing it after the early 2010s though. It kind of just died out really hard. So interesting to see it come back, like have a bit of a resurgence of Three Houses in this.
の意志と共
Mm-hmm.
にあると思っています。
Okay, yeah. So I guess these are potential party members. She has a bow and arrow. I don't know what weapon he has. I can't. I think it's. Oh
He
yeah,
has a
so sword.
sword.
Sword. Okay.
Yeah, he has a sword. He is probably the main like love interest I think of this game.
Okay.
So thing is, I didn't realize this until like after that. Once again, thank you Andrew for pointing this out to me. This game got leaked months ago, and in the
Oh.
leaks, we have the main character and we have him, and they're
Oh,
the
yeah.
only two characters that were shown.
Oh yeah, could you send that like image or I think if I'll pull it up, give me a second. Yeah, because yeah, I didn't. Yeah, when did we talk about this? I did not even know this was leaked, or I might have seen it. I don't remember.
I remember like talking about it with some people, but like it like some of the stuff that was said there, and also like the art itself, like some
Yeah,
of this
this
artwork,
yeah.
yeah,
So this is a
fit.
straight up
This is
leak,
the
bro.
leak.
Yeah, this is her.
Yeah.
Bro. This is crazy.
Yeah,
This is
that's
insane.
straight up her.
Question: when was this leaked? Like date wise? Because I'm curious
I
to
don't
know.
remember. I remember it was a good few months ago. I
Okay.
remember we hopped in a VC. I think maybe it was in UMN, maybe it was Brazil. I don't remember.
Mhm. Yeah.
Nobody asked what Brazil was.
uh,
Yeah, that's for the chat, not for you. You two know what Brazil is.
yeah. Yeah. Actually, my favorite is the mute JB one. That's my favorite one. But yeah. But
I mean, yeah, that's pretty good too.
but yeah, but go on. Sorry.
But we hopped in a VC somewhere and we started talking about it, and we weren't sure if it was real or a leak or fake because we knew that we were due for a new Xenoblade game because like relatively soon because of the fact that um the new game gets announced basically every 4.5 years. Cat was even keeping like a timer for it, and we were like, okay, well, this game may take a bit longer to come out because of the fact that this is going to be for the Switch too, so it may not quite be that. And also we weren't sure, especially because there's a huge like possibility of like some of the sources around this that this could have been AI generated or faked when it came to like this leak stuff here, and we really weren't sure if it was real or not. But we had seen this back then, and we couldn't really make heads or tails of any of it. And that's pretty much it. We this had been leaked though a few months ago.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If I saw this like in 2025, let's just say that, so like 6 months ago, I would have said like this, like this is probably I wouldn't believe it. I'm like, I mean, like I guess, or it could be any it could be like any game in a sense that it just looks like a like by it doesn't like this Xenoblade is looks like the most like when I say anti-Xenoblade, I mean to say like it's the most different looking one per se. Like
Yeah,
yeah, like it.
especially from this stuff, it looks
Yeah,
very non-Xenoblade.
yeah, like this could be any generic, JRPG, like just like I mean, not to like insult it, but I'm just trying to say like it, like you can't
Yeah,
without context, you
like
wouldn't guess that this is Xenoblade 4 or Genesis. Yeah.
like looking at it in game here, it's like oh this is totally Xenoblade, but like that alone is like I'm not sure.
Yeah. Also, do we have anything to talk on this? Because this, I thought this might be like the Bionic Shoulder or something, or some sort of
Yeah,
tie-in, but
there's a
I don't
lot of
know.
like recurring like terrain here that really does resemble the other games. Actually, speaking of returning stuff, technically not. A little while ago, they when they were showing like the Crystone, I completely forgot to bring this up here. They mentioned how the Crystones record information, and that's pretty much the same thing as what Numa's core does. But yeah, the stone is called an Anima Crystone. It not only amplifies a Veseli's powers, but also records its bearer's thoughts and actions. And that is basically the same thing as what the Numa core, Trinity core does. But Numa's core crystal is based more on mental and emotional health and those kinds of things, right? It's more about the heart of things, where this is more this is alluding more towards the mind, something more logical, where that is more emotional, essentially.
Logical, right?
Which
Yeah.
again,
Hmm.
yeah, logos.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of clues leaning towards logos with this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does Excel seem like an extra comment?
and from here we could see that. Okay, so yeah, so these guys are probably NPCs, where these guys up here probably, though maybe him, but yeah, but these guys reek like I guess non-important character, or okay,
Yeah,
not non-important, but like main cast. They're not main cast because these
yeah,
guys look
NPCs.
different. Yeah, though. Question: have we seen a lot of him in the trailer or no? This guy.
We've seen a bit of him.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a bold prediction. He's gonna die, like early or mid on. Like he's gonna be like the Van Damme slash Fiora if she stayed dead or something. Like he's gonna I think he's gonna die. That's my bold prediction. I could.
I'm actually thinking it might be someone else based on something else they say in
Okay,
the
never.
trailer.
Okay, never
Um,
mind then. Let's
uh,
see.
yeah. Um, but yeah,
But
you can see here a lot. Actually, the red guy, I'd noticed his purple eyes
oh
before, but
oh
he's got
wait,
purple hair tips as
yeah,
well.
he has
Yeah.
regular ears though. See, like not the I guess the pointy ears. So he's like a
Mm,
Ham.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, some of them have pointy ears, some of them don't. He's got the purple eyes as well, though.
Yes, correct, correct. And they
Yeah,
they, they have green eyes though. So yeah, but
yeah. The
hers are
NPCs are the
blue.
only ones that seem to be exempt from this rule.
Okay, I'm gonna use FF7 lore just to explain things so someone might understand. Hope, but basically in like FF7, right? Like you have the soldiers, like they're like the army, right? There's like classes, like
Oh,
first class, right?
oh.
So the main party might be first class, so their eyes are different color.
Yeah, I think you're on to it
Yeah.
here. They okay. So some stuff they mentioned later. Gonna bring this up a bit early here.
Okay.
Is that like there are only certain actually I think they may have already sort of alluded to the Veseli are a certain group of people that can use these powers. The main character is the only Veseli who doesn't need one of these cores, one of the Crystones, even though they seem to use them for a while. They mention that she doesn't need to use the Crystone to wield her powers, which I
Yeah.
think has to do. Which, as I said, I think that's the reason I think like the purple pigmentation. I think is a result of their family like bloodlines. Also her eyes are also like a very dark shade of purple. I thought that was like gray or blue before, but that's actually that's
Hers, sorry, like hers at
yeah.
the
Those are
very
very slightly. They're like blue
okay.
with a tint of purple. Yeah.
Okay.
Um. But yeah. And they allude to it as well that this is a thing of like noble lineage. So like the implication then is that like for them there's like there's like noble families, and the noble families are decided because they've started using the power of the Crystones and all that, but they all have these purple like biological aspects of them, um and that's probably a byproduct of like rate of like poison radiation from these Crystones, and they actually shouldn't be using them, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
And the main character, for some reason, can use this power without the radiation
Yeah.
affecting them.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't have the biological aspects.
Yeah, so this also alludes back to the FF7 lore, because in FF7,
Yeah.
the soldier first class, they're basically they're Mako poison, which is what gives them their superpowers, except for Cloud, who actually the main character or the protagonist, he while he was like kind of like dosed with Mako poisoning, however, he doesn't have the side effects because he actually has Sephiroth cells, the main villain of FF7. And I just realized that I kind of spoiled FF7, but I guess I'll add a warning for that. Whoops. Oh well, it's fine.
Yeah. Just add like
Yeah.
spoilers for all Xenoblade games, also FF7.
Yeah, but no, but to be fair, I could, because I'm saying this because it literally relates in the sense that it's kind of similar. Where if you're
no, I
saying
mean,
that it's
basically,
poison,
like the same idea. Yeah.
that could, which makes sense because I guess I mean Takahashi and Nomura are friends, and I think they had dinner, right? Like a while back they posted a photo.
I mean, yeah,
like a few months ago.
been they've been like friends for I mean, more than friends. Takahashi is Nomura's one of Nomura's mentors. So yeah.
Fair. Yeah. Oh yes, and we get to ride horses. Though we can ride on like the like I guess the hoverboard, not hoverboard, but like the thingy in Xenoblade.
Yeah.
DE.
Yeah. So,
So
that was actually one of the things I wanted to come back to when it came to that trailer. One of the things that they do, and me and Kat kind of, well, Kat more so notices and then points out to me, and I notice it here with this trailer, is when it comes to like the definitive editions, and in this case the Switch 2 editions, they like to essentially backport stuff from the next entry. Which
right, yeah, makes sense.
That like the new content we get is usually made out of backporting like materials that have already been made for the next game and down the line, and then it's basically just a beta test of those ideas within, like, Xenoblade 3's chain attacks are based on the Pawn Spectre system, but I like the Pawn Spectre system better, more admittedly.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, so the like the what are, okay, I guess they're called the motorcycles or the thingies or the hoverboards, or the jets
Yeah.
in 1DE or whatever it's called, and is kind of like the predecessor of this. Though I presume these are probably not going to go as fast in theory because these are organic. That's more of an artificial thing. But who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
I think when it comes down to it, I think it's like a fusion of essentially stuff they'd already done with Skells in Xenoblade X, but then made to be more streamlined, and more so with regards to Skells. In XDE, they added a new Skell vehicle mode, the flying vehicle, the horizontal Skell, and that I think is also going to be a thing in this, because they show later on someone mounted on a dragon. And so I think
Yes.
that's going to be a thing as well.
Yeah, this is definitely a new enemy. I don't remember seeing this enemy. I'm just gonna
None of the enemy
quickly
types in this
mention.
seem remotely
Yeah.
familiar to me. This like
Yeah.
vaguely resembles an art. Like, they all seem vaguely similar to stuff we've seen before. Like, this seems vaguely similar to an Arden. Doesn't seem like anything. Doesn't seem like anything directly though.
Yeah, what I think is happening is this is deep in the future. I think in the sense of like after threes, like the merge and whatnot. I think this is like much afterwards. And like evolution basically happened because so that's my guess on that as to why the animals are different or the enemies are different. Yeah. Oh yeah. That thing. You want to say something? She literally sliced the mountain in half. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
All I have to say about that is that, like, when I first saw that, my first thought process was Kamen Rider O's, and that was about it.
Lol. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we have the other character here, the other guy.
John Kill, as my friends have been calling him, because he mentions here in this
Kill.
dialogue, you like, he's like, oh yeah, you have to kill people. That's like what we do.
So
what he says there, that line
Yeah.
is a very noticeable parallel once again to Malos.
right,
That
yes,
is something that
you have to kill.
like,
Yes,
like
yeah.
Malos is like, it is our duty to kill, to wipe them all out, when he's talking to Pyro and Mithra and Xenoblade 2. He mentioned, like, that is the same idea that he's alluding to, like, oh yeah, as Veseli, it is our duty to kill and all that. We're it's our job. And then truth, right, as a theme, logos. That's literally logos.
Yes. Now what is this thing? Like this is the core?
It's green, but it's also
Yeah.
got like the green like glow going, like
So this
the
might
green
be
glow.
Numa
Right?
thing.
It's fucking Numa. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Numa within the mallows, or the Numa within the logos, right? The
Yeah.
heart within the mind.
Yeah, now we have the dragon.
And that line there, the dragon's purifying flame, this one only really connects when you know Xenoblade X. This is effectively the same one of the same descriptions they use for Telethia the Endbringer, which they also which is also used as a parallel to Ouroboros and also to Mallows.
Also, this means that this might be Drakengard 4, or Dragon
True.
Dragoon 4. But yeah, I'm surprised there. No, I guess it fits a fantasy theme. But yeah, hey, kudos. They're going with this with the fantasy theme. Of course, there's gonna be dragons. Hey, there she is. I'll show you which you belong, you backwater noble. Okay, so I guess she's like a low class, or she started out as like a peasant or something, whereas she was at the elite. Is my understanding from this line.
A backwater noble would be like like a noble of a much lower rank.
Oh, okay.
Which,
so
yeah,
never mind then. So she's higher ranked then, or was higher ranked.
Yeah, which would again lean into what I was talking about before, with like the poison radiation being a thing that like they've inherited over like generations and all that. Because noble ranks are usually determined by like how long, like one of the main ways that noble rank can be determined is how long they've existed. She's tougher than you think. Doesn't need a Crystone to use her powers.
So
this is the guy you're talking about as well.
Yeah. So, question. So he's telling to her that the protagonist, or he's talking about her. That's my question, because I think you mean the protagonist, right? In this case, like he means the protagonist is tougher than you think. You mean that? Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying as well. It would explain why she's the MC as well.
Yeah, right, of course. Yeah, oh, right, yeah. So you use her power. My guess is she's not gonna be a villain, but she's gonna be kind of like a character, which is kind of like
yeah,
okay.
I think
like a Morag.
Eventually,
yeah,
just like Zeke.
Yes, okay. Well, to be fair, Zeke was LARPing as like a villain. He's not even, but like he's a goofball.
I mean, he literally was. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Morag is a better fit, because she does actively try to kill you initially, or stop you initially. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Die and live in harmony. Hey, this is a villain now, so this guy gives villain vibes.
100%. That is such a fucking villain design.
Yeah. Okay. Who the hell is this? This is Matthew. This has to be some sort of Matthew ancestor. Like he has the same hair. Like
I mean, yeah, it's weird because Mia even pointed out that it looks like Faye's dad from Xenogears, and that would line up because they should look like, it should be like an older looking dude.
Yeah, so right, because Matthew went on a journey at the end of Future Redeemed. Like he went somewhere, or God knows where he went, but yeah. Okay, so that guy's also a villain. Just wanted to say the guy
and
we saw like
that guy. So you mentioned before, you think someone's going to
die?
be the one to die. I think it's gonna be him.
Okay, so the purple hair guy, this one, or the pink hair guy. Okay, gotcha.
Because he's got the same pink hair as the protagonist. He's got the same green eyes, and later on she's saying something that sounds like he's died, and she's like, "Hey, watch over me, big brother," and then there's like a somber thing there, and then it transitions to a new scene.
Okay, I see. Hey, I guess no Nopons anymore. Now we get these fur balls or whatever. Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
This is the in the words of everyone of my friends that knows me very well. This is the only world that doesn't seem like it might be directly connected to the original trilogy, and there are no Nopon, which means once again I may in fact be right that Nopon are actually Albus's artifices. I have totally called this.
I remember this.
More evidence
I remember this. This is from the video in 2021. This has been a while. Holy shit! It's 6 years. Or no, it's 5 years.
This joke will never die with me, and no one will kill it except Takahashi when he inevitably confirms that it's not true, and I hate him for it.
Right. So
until that day comes, I am safe. I am the victor.
Nopons have not even evolved because Nopons existed in Klaus's world, right? Like, so they literally have not evolved. They've immune to evolution right? From my understanding.
No. There's no evidence of them in Klaus's world. They seem to only ever exist after the. Well, we have no evidence that they existed. They may have existed, but there is none so far that exists. The only evidence of of their existence is always tied to anything that has to do with Albus. They exist in Xenoblade 1 world. They exist for some reason in the Xenoblade 2 world, but we know that Albus was also in the Xenoblade 2 world for a while, and they also exist in the Xenoblade 3 world, and they take a much more active effort in the Xenoblade 3 world, very similar to how they perform in 1 more than 2.
Uh-huh.
And then we see John Kill screaming. And then
Yeah.
this girl looks hella pneuma-coated. This is the most pneuma-coated thing we see here. And pay attention to what she says
This?
here.
Okay. The time is upon us. Okay, yeah. I could tell, side thing, I could tell that she's a party member because she appears here. That's my guess. But yeah.
This whole scene is designed to parallel like Xenoblade 3 stuff. You see like them having like the moat swirling around and stuff.
Yeah. Now the time is upon us. Yeah, this is the now it's gathering all the people. Now they're gonna join up. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. So you think that
But
she's
like,
talking to like a I guess like a tombstone there or something, or like
I mean, they have the flowers there that are like
Right.
budding, and that can be used as like a substitute for a grave.
Okay,
So
fair.
I think he died.
6 sons, so 6 party members, right? That's my guess.
Want to point something out here.
Yes.
There is only one son there.
These
like,
aren't
the
sons?
the
Okay.
6 sons.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, because only the yellow one is stationary. The other 5 you see constantly throughout the trailer is the other 5 are orbiting around a set position, which is where the sun is here. But
So they're like a moon.
that
like
sun
in a
is
way.
also those 5 the ones the actual real sun there disappears at night as well. Which they because they're setting it up here, that means that whatever those 6 suns are, right? What they call the 6 suns, that has got to be like the biggest mystery of this game. That has got to be the real mystery of what's going on at this game. There's something going on at those.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see this again. The swarm is light by the. Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. I have. Excuse me. I was gonna say the permanent sun could represent the protagonist, but otherwise, I don't know what else to say.
I am stealing this point from r/Xenoblade really quick, but
Sure,
just
it's
since we
fine.
talked about the 6 suns really quick, I just wanted to point out that I see people on r/Xenoblade saying that it's very likely a reference to this real cluster of stars that exists in the Carina Nebula, which is the place where it was mentioned in Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed that the Philadelphia class ship was going.
Oh shit! This. Oh wait. Cosmos' ship.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
And that lines up with something else we see in the trailer as well. There's like a shot of like a dragon flying by.
Yeah,
and
wait,
you see like a
this
big
looks-
rock. Like there's like a big rock monument in the background. Anyone who knows Xenogears lore should recognize that because that's like the Babel Tower thing, which is actually the spaceship that crashed, and that lines up there.
Yeah. I could see it where this kind of represents that. Yeah, I could see that. That kind of makes sense. The 6 suns. Yeah. Okay, I gotta say this looks. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I didn't think this was Hollow Earth until I guess we started recording because to be fair, I watched this with like low connection or like 480p. So this looked like the sky. I did not know this was like the ocean. Like this looked like the sky, which I mean makes sense. I thought it's just some like weird landmark or a mountain, but no. This is awesome. This immediately like setting wise, I'm like I like this a lot.
This is like such a cool setting.
Yeah, this is. I don't think I've seen this in fiction, like a Hollow Earth where the Earth is inside. That's I dig this. I dig this, which is I guess points to evidence that this might be memory space where this is not like at the end reveal could be that this is like someone like I don't know, one of the 3 Aegises or someone else just like you are here, like this is not reality or something like that. And here mankind, they say mankind. Mankind.
Yeah.
That's interesting because in Xenoblade 2 I don't believe they say mankind. They say this because and then 1 is Homs. There's no mankind. It's just Homs or Mechonis. So that's interesting. Of a fallen god. Okay, they say god. Because important thing in Xenoblade 2, they don't really say god. They say architect, which is okay. That's interesting. So I don't believe they say. I think they say god in Xenoblade 1. I want to say, but not in 2 and 3. I'm not sure of in 3. I didn't check in 3. Because in what I know,
Realistically, if there is to be like realistically, it can't be Klaus. It can't be
no,
Klaus
no,
and
it's
Vanza.
not Klaus. Yeah,
Um,
no, it's not them.
Yeah, like there'd be no reason to end the Klaus saga the way they did if they were gonna have this be him. Like it would defeat the entire point of like the Klaus saga being the Klaus saga.
Also, this section it looks like it's from Xenoblade X. I want to say, right? Like this area is X coded.
Yeah, I mean there's more to that. If you keep playing here a little bit more, pause right here.
Okay.
Yeah, top right of the screen. That's
Oh,
Cauldros.
yeah.
I looked up there.
Yeah.
I was like, hold up, are those fucking Cauldros? Is that fucking Cauldros that I looked at the
Okay.
lava lakes? I'm like, that looks almost exactly like Cauldros' lava lakes. What the fuck?
Oh, so you're telling me that that saga is not canon? Then I mean, are you telling me that? Come on, man, you can't say that.
I don't think that this is necessarily me that this is Cauldros,
No,
because admittedly this could just
no,
be a
no,
case of repeating terrain here.
No,
But-
I'm just trolling. I'm just trying to egg onto the saga versus canon lore. There's people still
I see,
think
I
saga
get it.
is canon.
Yeah,
But I guess I don't know. To each their own. But yeah. Also, one thing that I'll say is we're out of the Chronicles. I guess the sub name.
Well, maybe because this is technically based on the
Japanese. Okay,
trailer.
fair.
We're not sure yet because like we'll have to wait until they've actually started doing proper localization for it.
Okay, fair.
For
but-
now it's just Xenoblade Genesis. It might be Xenoblade Chronicles Genesis long term.
But I could see this if they were to change this to Genesis like that. It would perfectly work. Is what I'm saying. It could work.
Yeah,
perfectly.
I could see it as well. Like,
Also, do we want to talk about like the logo itself? Because see how there's like shard glasses. In Xenoblade 2, we had like the fire. It's like the logo's burning, and 3 we had like the bubbles to show like the off seeing. So here we have the glasses. That could be somewhat significant potentially. Like the shards, like it could represent the purple core maybe.
yeah, I mean, like you can notice like all the like the way it fades in, the transition effect is literally like purple.
Yeah.
It's like a bright purple there with like elements of green in there, which yeah, I wonder if it's what they're alluding to here thematically.
Though I know I said this earlier too, but yeah, like when Takahashi said that logos might return in some form in the upcoming Xenoblade games, like that. I guess this is it. This is it. Like this is this is it.
Yeah. But with what Takahashi was talking about in that he brings up like a lot of plot points, expand them, doesn't really clear them up. But then the main thing he said is that like, oh yeah, there is an entire story arc that was from Xenoblade 3 that he had to cut from the game, because the Switch 2 already could barely handle what was already in the game. So, and then he's like, oh, are you gonna tell us anything about that? He's like, I think I'll save that for another game, right? And then he also says basically the same thing about Mallow. So there is a whole cut arc from Xenoblade 3, and there is also, and it's assumed to have to do with Mallows because the way he frames it leads into that. And one of the big things that they bring up here, and this is why I brought up like the Numa looking girl, the one that was like doing like the little dance, and why I was saying like, oh yeah, I should pay attention to what she says there, is she literally just straight up says like, oh yeah, we're gonna go back into the past, implying time travel, which with how the Xenoblade world works shouldn't be possible unless they're in now the time is upon us.
Yeah.
Let's see. It shouldn't be possible unless we're in memory space.
Wait, I just realized that could be the sort of the fan service in a way where you literally go back in time, or like you go for a brief while.
The other thing is
visit
like,
the other worlds.
Genesis means can also be implied to mean like beginning, right? And memory space would also have all the recorded data of the history of like the old world. So we have the old world, Klaus's world, right? And the history that all happens there, right? Only Ontos, Logos, and Numa should have that information. Logos doesn't currently and Ontos and Numa seem to be kind of removed from all this right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in theory, then if this is also Xenoblade 4, it's like it also leads into essentially another reason why they're essentially soft rebooting the series, because realistically, the name Genesis both allows them to soft reboot the game from a marketing standpoint, but it also allows them to steer into one of the main narrative gimmicks of the story, which is that this is both the start of a new saga and the reveal of how everything began. Right? It is both Xenoblade 0 and Xenoblade 4.
So you think this could be like a time loop thing where like quote unquote this could lead to a time loop where like the story kind of loops around to the start, like the ending of this could
Sort
allude to
of.
like the start of Klaus, or well, I guess the Klaus era somehow, or maybe at least a
Yeah.
Xenosaga.
Sort of like that. I don't know. I don't think we'll get like an actual time travel thing where we change the past or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I think like we'll be going back to see like the beginning of this story. And I think that also probably applies to the missing stuff from 3, because a lot of the missing backstory in 3 would probably be covered by that as well. So it like because a lot of the missing backstory is how did 3 happen? Like what's the backstory and foundation of that? And all this leads into the idea of the beginning of this whole story, right? Of this being the beginning, right? All these are the recurring theme of the beginning, aka the Genesis, which is the name of this goddamn game.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I'm just blown away. I think this game, like, I'm very much impressed with this game so far. What I see, now I know that I have like a, you could say, famous or infamous history with Xenoblade 3, but generally, I'm generally excited with it for this game. I'm really, this looks fresh and like it looks like it looks like a brand new start, but also not. So like it's like a good balance of like a new thing, but also excuse me, it's like a new thing, but also like it's a good sequel is what I'm trying to say from the look of it. And yeah, I'm happy that's coming out. Hopefully in the coming year. I mean, hopefully not at end of 2027, but usually I think like it'll be a summer 2027 release because to be realistic, right? The start of 2027 is going to be jam packed with we got Stranger Than Heaven, Persona 4 Revival, Final Fantasy
Oh, yeah.
7 Remake, Part 3. So it would make sense for them, or it would be smart for them to push it more in the second half, or summer at least, which it could be.
Yeah.
And Monolith Soft doesn't really. Honestly, this is the longest, like the earliest trailer. Sorry. This is like the trailer they're shown, right? Normally, their trailers are shown and the games come out within 6 months. That's what happened with Xenoblade. Well, except for 2, but like but that was a Switch 1 like launch thing, so that's a little different. But for Xenoblade 1DE, Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade X DE, like they all kind of released within 6 months of their initial launch, or yeah, or teaser. So for them to show 2027 does make me believe that it will not be more than a year away. That's my guess. And yeah, but yeah,
It also does look really polished already. So
yes,
there's
yeah.
definitely some things I noticed in that trailer. Like, yeah, there's probably gonna be some graphical improvements made before this drops, but it still looks really good already.
Yes. Now, I don't personally don't have anything else to add to this trailer. But now, do you have anything else to add? Like, I guess final wise, or like final thoughts, or you said
I mean, my main thoughts were just this is very Mallows coded. Like again,
Mhm.
especially with the whole anima thing, causing like sort of like this inversion of natures here and there. The anime causing like a yin and yang thing going on there, gender.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah,
That's all I can really say.
okay. Yeah, this is good. I'll just say this much: 2027 is looking good. I mean, if you're a JRPG fan, again, I said literally like, well, to me, it's also very good because like one of my favorite series, or four of my favorite series of Xenoblade, Yakuza, Persona, and Final Fantasy, they're all getting major big like blockbuster titles next year, basically. If you count Persona 6 coming out next year too, which I think it is, but that's a topic for another day. But yeah, so crazy year next year. Yeah, and I can't wait to play this. I am excited to play this. All right. Um I think that'll do for this video. I think we went a little over time than intended, but I think it's all good. I mean, we set our details, so it's perfectly fine. Now unfortunately, Tyrea did have to dip. Unfortunately, it seemed that he lost internet connection, so it's a little unfortunate. But yeah. But yeah, no, thank you guys for watching this. And yeah, if you have any like closing remarks, Elementary, before I end the video.
Not really. Farewell. Have a nice day.
Subscribe to the Epic Falto, or else I will use Sacred Arrow and Burning Sword on you and your entire family.